Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of The Sauce, talking college football week 1. Got a Friday game here. Central Michigan on the road in East Lansing against Michigan State. Line opens up Michigan State laying 15 at home. Total opens up at 52. Let's do it.
Welcome to The Sauce. The Sauce. Sauce. Hey, get the sauce.
So like I said, line opened up at 15, and that actually came in all over Central Michigan in this one. Over 75% of the tickets, over 90% of the handle as well on Central Michigan as of Wednesday morning. The line's barely moved. It opened at 15. It's still sitting at 14.5. Doesn't seem like sportsbooks are trying to give out Michigan State minus 14 tickets here. Let's take a look at the spreadsheet, and according to the model, we're looking at a blowout in favor of Michigan State. 39-13 Spartans. So lean on Michigan State, but obviously model's using numbers from last year, so take it with a grain of salt. So head-to-head, these two teams don't play very often. They actually haven't played in 5 years. But Michigan State has won 4 in a row. Central Michigan did beat them on their home field back in 2009 as a 14.5-point favorite. Michigan State would be 3-2 against the spread in their last 5 against Central Michigan. So let's start with returning production, and overall it's pretty even here. Central Michigan is currently rated 52nd in estimated returning production. Michigan State's 45th. So like I said, very even. Where it gets interesting is where the returning production comes from, because Central Michigan got crushed on offense and Michigan State got crushed on defense. Central Michigan defensively is basically the exact same unit as last year. They're returning 10 starters from last season. Unfortunately, the one starter they did lose was their best player, Thomas Nkoum. He plays for the Broncos. No, I think it's the Broncos now. Other than that, we're looking at the same guys here, 10 returning starters. But that brings us to the most difficult question when it comes to handicapping college football games in week 1. Is returning production automatically a good thing? Sure, they bring basically the entire defense back, but this defense sucked last year. I mean, they were 96th in effective run, 104th in effective pass. So will the defense be better returning 10 starters? Yeah, I'm sure they'll be better. I'm sure they'll probably be the second or third best defense in the MAC behind Toledo and maybe Northern Illinois, but that should put them in the 50 to 60 range nationally. Let's not fool ourselves into thinking this is going to be a top 30, top 40 defense. The question is the defense going to be good enough to hold Michigan State's offense in check? And that's actually a good question. Spartans' offense is an interesting case here. They actually bring back 7 starters, which is a good amount, but the losses were significant ones. Michigan State's run game was non-existent last year. Kenneth Walker left after the 21 season, and their offense was completely reliant on the pass last year, and their quarterback, Peyton Thorne, left. He's now playing quarterback for Auburn, and Jaden Reed, their best receiver, left. I mean, well, he went to the draft. He's playing for the Packers now. They also lost their left tackle. He's on the Miami Dolphins now. Now, he was undrafted. I don't think he was like a stud left tackle, but still, when you're talking about an offense that lived and died by the pass game, and you take away the quarterback, the wide receiver 1, and the left tackle, I mean, aren't those the 3 most important positions when you're talking about developing a passing attack? Noah Kirms taking over at quarterback. He's never made a start before. He's got 19 career pass attempts under his belt. 19 career attempts, all made late in blowout games. I mean, is it crazy to think that an experienced Central Michigan defense shows up and gives Michigan State a hard time offensively? I don't think it is, but I mean, it is East Lansing and it's Michigan State versus Central Michigan. Keep that in mind. On the other side, Michigan State defensively is bringing back a solid portion of their production from last season. Their lead tackler, Cal Holiday, he's a linebacker. He's back. They did lose their second, third, and fourth lead tacklers, but still, 6 starters returning is solid. The problem is, what I said about Central Michigan's defense, you can kind of say the same thing about Michigan State's. I mean, it was pretty bad last year. Just 68th in effective rush and 90th in effective pass. That's terrible for a Power 5 program. The scary part is it was the same story in 2021 with Michigan State as well. Scotty Hazelton's been the defensive coordinator at Michigan State for 3 seasons now. The defense have gotten worse every single year under his tenure. Good news for Michigan State is Central Michigan's offense is really bad last year. According to Beta Rank, they were 86 in effective rush, 110th in effective pass. They also took some losses. Running back Lou Nichols is gone. He's on the Packers now. They lost a wide receiver, tight end. They took some losses on the offense. But it's not all bad news for the Broncos offense. They do have 2 quarterbacks that they like. Jace Bauer they like a lot. The other one's Burt Emanuel. Both these guys worked their way onto the field last year. Check this out. Burt Emanuel rushed for 293 yards and 3 touchdowns in the Buffalo game. The quarterback, he rushed for 293 and 3 tutties. Jace Bauer rushed for 100 yards in 2 different games. So between the two of them, the Chippewas offense might be pretty good. I mean, for MAC standards. But the truth is, as much as I like Central Michigan's offense this year, and I think it has some upside, and I plan on betting them a couple times this year, Jace Bauer's made 2 career starts. He threw for 62 yards and 68 yards in those starts. Those games were against Western Michigan and Eastern Michigan, and the Chippewas lost both those games. So to count on this kid going to Lansing and putting up a great game together against by far the most talented defense he's ever seen just sounds kind of insane to me. I do understand why there's so many people taking Central Michigan here. Like I said, I do like them this year, but not in this spot. I'm down to fade the public. I'm going to lay the points here with Michigan State. I'm 99% sure I'm laying the points with Michigan State. I'll let you know for sure on the live show Friday at 4 p.m., but you can pretty much pencil me in for Michigan State minus 14.5. If you want my top bets sent directly to your phone along with a parlay of the day, if you want to join the Discord, track the money and bet percentages, if you're interested in all that, head over to KyleKirms.com or download the Sauce Network app. College football week 1, we got games Thursday, games Friday, games Saturday. I'll be live Thursday at 4, Friday at 4, Saturday at 11. I would love to see you in the comments if you could make it. Remember to bet responsibly, and hit me up on Twitter if you need me.